Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a technology that is poised to completely change the game for one of the most human-centric departments in any company, human resources. Yep, we're talking about AI agents and how they're becoming the ultimate HR co-pilot.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start with the growing pains HR teams are facing right now. Then we'll introduce you to the AI agent and see the kind of revolution it's kicking off. We'll also look at what it does day to day, and finally, how you can bring this power to your team the right way.
All right, so to really get why AI agents are such a huge deal, we've got to first understand the incredible pressure that today's HR teams are under.
For a whole lot of them, the answer is a big, resounding yes. The demands on HR have just exploded. They're being pushed to do more and do it faster for a workforce that's more spread out and more complex than ever before. It's a tough spot to be in.
And you can see the core issues right here. HR teams are juggling the complexities of remote and hybrid work, they're fighting a full-on war for talent, and they are drowning in administrative tasks. All while employees, rightly so, expect instant, personalized support. It's a perfect storm, really.
So, with all that pressure, how can technology actually help? The answer isn't just another dashboard or another piece of software. It's a totally new kind of intelligent assistant, the AI agent.
Okay, so at its core, an AI agent for HR is basically a piece of software that uses artificial intelligence to not just answer questions, but to actively help with and automate HR tasks. Think of it less like a clunky FAQ page and more like a super efficient digital team member.
And this is where we see the giant leap in what's possible. On one hand, you've got your basic chat bots that just follow a script. On the other, you have automation bots that do repetitive stuff, but, they break the second something changes. AI agents, they're different. They bring together conversational smarts with the ability to reason and actually get things done.
And here it is, the real difference. They don't just talk, they do. An employee can ask about their vacation time, and the agent won't just spit back the company policy. It can check how many days they have left, ask if they want to book the time off, and then go ahead and pre-fill the entire request form for them. That, right there, is a total game changer.
So what happens when you unleash a tool that can actually do things? The benefits are, they're massive. We're not talking about little improvements here and there. This is a fundamental shift in how HR can operate.
Just look at these numbers. They're staggering. IBM found that AI-powered self-service can slash HR service delivery costs by 50 to 60%. Let that sink in for a second. By automating all those routine questions and tasks, you free up your human team to focus on the big picture, strategic work that really moves the needle.
And hey, it's not just about saving money. A better employee experience has a direct impact on the bottom line. When you give employees instant 24/7 support, they feel valued, they feel engaged. The result? Companies that get this right see 31% more revenue. It just proves that investing in your people really, really pays off.
And this isn't some futuristic sci-fi fantasy. Leaders are betting on this transformation right now. A mind-blowing 79% expect AI to fundamentally change their companies within just the next 3 years. The momentum is here, and it's coming from the very top.
So how do they pull all this off? It's a simple but incredibly powerful three-step loop. First, the agent perceives a request. That could be a question in Slack or maybe some new data in the HR system. Then it reasons. It uses its brain, its knowledge base, and its logic to figure out the best thing to do. And finally, it acts. It gives an answer, completes a task, or updates a system. Perceive, reason, act. Over and over.
Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's make it concrete and check out some day-to-day examples where these AI agents are already making a huge impact.
Let's start with one of the most time-consuming parts of HR, recruiting. Finding the right people is a super high-stakes game, and it is just loaded with repetitive, high-volume tasks.
Think of an AI agent as a recruiter's superpower. Imagine screening thousands of resumes in the time it takes you to go grab a coffee. It can automatically find amazing candidates who aren't even looking for a job, and then handle all that initial screening and scheduling. This frees up your human recruiters to do what they do best, build relationships with the absolute best candidates.
Now, think about a new hire's first few days. Onboarding is such a critical moment. It really sets the tone for their whole experience with the company. But way too often, it's just a chaotic mess of paperwork and information overload.
An AI agent completely flips the script. It becomes a 24/7 onboarding concierge. It sends personalized welcome messages, walks the new person through all the forms step by step, answers any policy question they have whenever they have it, and even pings the IT department to make sure their laptop and accounts are all set for day one. It's a smooth, supportive, and frankly, a much more modern first impression. Now, as powerful as all this is, it isn't magic. You can't just flip a switch and expect miracles. To do this right, you absolutely need a clear, thoughtful strategy. And this right here, this is the single most important rule to remember. AI is a co-pilot, it's not the pilot. When it comes to sensitive decisions that really impact people's lives and careers, we're talking hiring, promotions, performance reviews. AI should be there to provide data and support for sure, but the final call, that must always come from a person who brings empathy, context, and company values to the table.
So how do you actually put this into practice? Well, it starts with setting clear goals. What specific pain points are you trying to solve? Then you have to integrate it with the systems you already use so data can flow smoothly. Just as critical is upskilling your HR team so they can trust and collaborate with their new AI colleagues. This often means redesigning old workflows to take advantage of automation. And the foundation for all of this? High-quality, clean data to train the AI. Because as always, garbage in, garbage out.
And just to quickly peek under the hood, the agent's brain is powered by a few key things. Natural language processing, or NLP, that's just how it understands everyday language. Machine learning is how it gets smarter with every single interaction. It plugs into your company's knowledge base to get policies, uses automation to complete tasks, and relies on APIs to talk to all your other crucial systems, like your HRIS, your applicant tracking system, or your payroll platform. They all have to work together.
So, the big takeaway here is that this is not a one-trick pony. The applications are incredibly broad. From finding talent and onboarding new hires to deep analytics, payroll, and even employee development, AI agents can add serious value across pretty much every function of a modern HR department.
We'll end on this thought. What could your team accomplish if its most repetitive, most soul-crushing task was just gone tomorrow? This technology isn't just about making HR more efficient. It's about finally unlocking the strategic, human potential that's been buried under a mountain of paperwork for far too long. Thanks for watching The Explainer.